to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed in heaven, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah, said you gon' pull up then settle it, yeah, I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out step in it, yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch out touchdown, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now, have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that, big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that, work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that, had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my, yeah. Run it, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed in heaven, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah, said you gon' pull up then settle it, yeah, I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out step in it, yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch out touchdown, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now, have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that, big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that, work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that, had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time. feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my, yeah. Run it, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging. Ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy. Got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that. It's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up. I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're in hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention. So no, I can't miss that. Moving. MVP, I got the record. I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy. They gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming. Had to work something cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans. Partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweating, tears breaking, even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice. I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year.
Hello. We're back in the house. Let's check everything is all right. Can you hear me? I can't hear my voice right now, but let me check. As long as you guys can hear me. Hey Jay, Thomas, Stabby, some Vanguards in here. That's pretty cool to see. Alex and he's back. Been a while. It has been a while. It's gonna be a good one. Who we got? So let's see. Can you hear me all okay? Just give me a thumbs up just to make sure that is working, and we're gonna jump straight onto trading view like the good old times. Hi, Lightsol. Let's see. I'm gonna have to test it myself. I can hear sound, so hopefully you can hear sound. How have you guys been? It's been a while. Still in Bali. It has been a roller coaster, a little bit of a after the Greek. Let's put that music down a little bit. After the whole Greece journey, after having our newborn, and obviously you know the history with the past. But that is all in the past, and we're back here. I've got a new studio, which is my office, which is absolutely sick. And I thought, what a better time to get back into doing some of these lives, especially because there have been so many changes in the way I'm trading and things that are happening in the background, which you are not aware of. As you know, though, what's it called? The ICT stuff. I got a question yesterday about ICT concepts. Am I still trading ICT concepts? I'm going to tell you all about that. What's happening with the past method guys that have been doing a really good job. I'm sure we're going to see some of them in the chat. And yeah, that has been, they've been with me now in the WhatsApp, talking on a daily basis pretty much, analyzing trades. Also, what's going on with the Discord? Why can no one join? Why is it closed? All these things are going to be old news to you after we get into a little bit of trading. But first of all, I want to start with a little bit of just a foundation of what we're going to look at today. What I'm looking at, obviously the time wise, we're looking at New York, just setting up rounds to 20 to 10. So we had all the news come through. We had the volatility. Obviously, the most massive volatility that happened is the Trump announcement of the pause of the 90 days. And that was massive. The market, S&P went 9% in one direction. Let's have a look at that actually. Futures jumped from the lows of just sub 4,832 to 5,000, and I think the high was, what was it, 528. That's massive. What is that? That must be up there with one of the biggest moves in one direction. 14%. That's insane. Insane. Debbie, what a coincidence. Scruffy was on the Fivers channel earlier and Yanis is back live today. That is weird, right? I didn't know that. Yeah, good old Scruff. Haven't spoken to him for a while. I hope he's doing well. I'm sure he is. He's smashing it. Anytime he's on YouTube or trading, he's doing amazing things. Martin. Hello, Martin. Anyone from the Vanguard? Mystic, Miles. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So obviously you're going to see some things that are a little bit different. Let's start with the elephant in the room. What's happening with ICT trading and my trading ICT concepts? Now, I am trading ICT concepts in terms of entry, but bias is completely changed. So, and a lot of the times, I'm not going to lie, a lot of the times my entry doesn't have to be that perfect anymore because all the analysis is done on Sunday. I analyze fundamentals from the COD report, technicals, similar to what Scruffy does with the levels. Obviously, I learned it from him. So I'll put my levels in monthlies, weeklies. Have a look at that because they really, really respond well. It's crazy. Like you set them on a weekend and you can see how well these levels are respected. And it's my preferred way of looking at levels. I know there's multiple other ways, supply zones and demand zones. Other people look at waves. Other people look at swing positions. As, for instance, there's no issue with someone going and saying, hey, this is a level, this high there. That's fine, as long as you're always using that and you're using it on all time frames. Someone else might say, actually, I am doing zones. Like a supply zone from that to that. Anything above there, I'm interested in it. And all these things are still valid. It's just whatever makes sense to you and it's helping with your trading. I'm happy you trade better than you play paddle. Don. Obviously someone who is this? Someone stalking from Bali. Obviously my new obsession, guys, is paddle. Obsessed with it, absolutely obsessed. Training sessions every week, playing like 3 times a week. I know it's slowly building up in Europe as well, but in Bali it's like insane. When you get the bug, it's like addictive. Tom, hi Yanis. I want to say a big thank you. You are the reason why I am profitable and why I stayed in trading. I have been following you since the beginning. Thank you and have a what a nice message. Cheers, Tom. Trading is not. Trading is a tough one. Like I've got so many friends back home and a couple of the friends who are in here who are like, should I get into trading? Is it something that's going to make me loads of money? The answer is obviously yes, but you can make a lot of money through trading. The only downside is, are you willing to put the work and the pain? Because there's real pain when things don't go your way. So that is the first one, is like, are you in a position to lose money? Because you're going to lose money in the beginning, like with everything. Even with my paddle career, I have to throw money at coaches, throw money at, trying to get better. That's how it goes. You have to give something to receive something, and it doesn't get more money related than in trading. That is definitely the way it goes. So be aware that when you're getting into trading, it is a highly risk industry. But anything that has risk has massive rewards. And that's the upside of getting involved in this. So that is why we're all trying to make this work, especially people who are doing it full time. Right, let's start with the dollar index. What we've seen in the dollar is obviously the weakening of the dollar since January 13th. That has been the whole grail of the currency right now. Going against the dollar has been the play. But also, we're going to look at why potentially things might be changing around that. What's happening with the inflation rates. If we look at the news that came out, we had inflation rate drop to 2.4 from 2.8. It was forecasted 2.6, so that's below what was forecasted. We also have FOMC going on, so that will be quite a bit of volatility coming in as we are trading the currencies. Now, I am looking for a trade today. I haven't found a setup that I liked, and we're going to talk about that as well. Two things. I'm literally going to run you through a whole setup. Like, why am I going to trade something if I'm going to trade something today? Just so you can get, we can get back into our relationship. We've been apart for a while, so imagine me coming now with, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and you're like, yeah, you didn't used to do that, so why are you doing that? And why is that more profitable than what you used to be doing? Obviously, still trade fivers. I'm also joined a boot camp to show the guys from the past method pretty much how it's done. That was the reason. Kidding. Literally to go on the journey with them. And we're currently now past the phase 2, and we're currently trading the last phase, which is the 75,000 for I need to return about $4,000 on that to get the another 100k account, which will be cool. Let's see in the chats. Keep the chat active, guys. It keeps me company as well. It makes me know that I'm not alone in this universe. Also, make sure you like press the like button, because as you press the like button, obviously the stream gets shown to more people, and hopefully we can help more people who are so confused with trading. When was the last time you were live? You popped into my head today randomly, seeing you had a live schedule. Well, there's some creepy things going on. Scruff is live. I'm popping into people's heads. What's going on? Yeah, I was kind of lost, and I found ICT, but you give me peace in trading, if that makes sense. You are a chill guy. Yes, yeah, I am a very chill guy, especially with trading. And as you can see now, we're sitting on a weekly. We might be wondering, wait a minute, weekly, what are we doing on the weekly? Let's jump onto the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute, right? Everything moves fast. And when things move fast, you can lose money fast. You can lose your psychology fast. There's a lot of things that, especially in the current situation, there's so many things that can affect your way you're trading. So when you're down in 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, yes, it's great. And that's the reason I didn't upgrade actually to have the professional trading view, is because I don't want a high intraday data to come in whilst I'm trading. Hour, 4 hour, 15 minutes for entries is way more than I need. Think about it like this. You've got the first 15 minutes of the hour, and you've got another 3 of them to see if you want to do to take your trade or not. And that you literally can turn the screens off, come back every 15 minutes and see what your trade is doing. So that's why I'm looking at, if you want, you can have the 5 minute, obviously. But going down to like, there's people that trade for seconds. That is more for algorithms. I would suggest doing that for algorithmic trading, because you cannot be better than an algorithm. So if you're trading at 1 second, 2 seconds, you're going to be eaten alive. And I know there's people there that can do that, but why go through that stress when you can trade higher time frames? Right, let's start on the bigger picture on DXY. I'm going to remove everything, and we're going to go on to the monthly. We just want to get a feel of what the dollar index has been doing. And obviously this is data from the dinosaurs times. Even dinosaurs were trading, apparently, to TradingView. That's how old DXY has been trading. Let's look at the behavior of the DXY, right? Massive push all the way into 1985. Then we got another from the lows to 95 all the way to August 2001. Then we had a sell-off, decreasing in value until 2008 when we had the crash. And then it has been a steady increase in value on the dollar index. Remember, the dollar index is not just the dollar, it's weighted. So it has the euro in it, it has multiple currencies. It's actually more heavily euro than any other currency, but it's a weighted currency. It's an index. A lot of people get confused that when you see I'm looking at the DXY, I'm thinking that is the dollar. It is, but it's also because the dollar strength is made up of multiple currencies. That is what you're seeing when you're looking at the chart. So I am a Scruffy fan. Love doing levels like this. Now, how crazy do I go with levels? I just want to get where the price is. Like, does it make any sense, like, looking at levels back in 2011? No, because it's not going to go there anytime soon. And if it does, trust me, we won't be here to see it. Something horribly wrong has gone for that to happen. So let's jump on to put some levels in. So I'm going to put maybe 3 levels. That covers the month. We can see that price now is hovering around this little swing low there. And you've got another swing low there. That is the external of that. So as you look at this area here, the lowest swing is this one here. So you're looking at the lowest price range of the DXY around, what level is that? Around 100,000. That's pretty much it. Now you could go and say, actually, I want to have that as my level. Nothing wrong with that. Round numbers work really, really well. But just for now, what we're going to do, I just want to see where is the price compared to that low there. All right, so we're looking at 101.503 current price, and that level is, I should put a label on it, price label, there we go. 101.303. So that is very close to the price. Let's get another level that is close to the upside. The closest to the upside, we've got this level here. And what I mean by level, if you turn this into candles, you will see that that is where the open is, and that is where that pin is. Like, the market has reacted. I remember Scruffy telling me, like, you can do it on a candle, but why don't do it on a line where you can see you see it easier? So that's the reasoning why he does it, is to keep it simple. And I like that. I like that way of looking at levels. It stuck with me. Scruffy is one of the reasons I was profitable in the first start. So when something works, don't change it. That's how it goes. So we're going to get some, obviously Scruffy would label all these and just leave it alone. I just label something that is interesting around the price. I will put that one in there as well, just because those two levels are very close. And that level there, because that is quite close to the price above. Now that is all you need in terms of levels, in my opinion. Yes, you can go and look at weeklies, monthlies, but look, the whole move is, we're looking at these 3 levels. We're now on the weekly, already on the daily, and we're still looking at those levels. Look how that nicely is behaving. So I don't need much there. All the pattern recognition now, looking at this and saying, look at that head and shoulders. I don't know about that. I don't trade patterns, but it's always funny when you see them. It's like, patterns do work because they're basically price action. And when price action creates a pattern, it means that the price is doing something that is creating the pattern. So you could argue that the pattern is price action and price action is the pattern. So technically we are trading patterns on a monologue there. But what we're seeing here is, what I mean by that is, let's say in head and shoulders, what's happened is the highs have taken out, price comes back down and retests the previous highs. That creates a heads and shoulders. And everyone says, when you see the head and shoulders, make sure you short it. And as you can see here, boom, boom, big head in the middle, shorted, amazing. But all that is easy to see hindsight, right? What about now? How do I trade now? And that's where I love the COD report. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But also daily levels, ICT concepts, if you're looking at liquidity draws, simplicity around ICT, right? So let's take the simplest thing. Price is at 1015. Where is the liquidity grab? Let's see the ICT fans in here. Where is the current liquidity grab on a daily on the DXY? Where is it? Anyone? Hold on, just bringing on the YouTube comments on. Can't see you. No one's brave enough to say. Well, obviously the most liquidity, the liquidity that we're looking for is going to be the closest swing low. So someone said there 100, you're spot on. Look at that 100. Just below this swing low here. Now, does it make sense that this is going to act like an area where price will want to go? Yeah. So what is this area here? It's a sell side liquidity. Where are they? Sell side liquidity below that swing low. What does that mean in terms of ICT concepts? Is that is an area where the price wants to go before it does something else. Buy side liquidity obviously is up the highs here, massive buy side liquidity, but as that is too far away, the next areas where that would be interesting is we had an explosive push to the downside here, and we all know that these are fair value gaps. So this area, entire area here, becomes interested as what? As a buy side liquidity. Now, someone says, okay, what about entries, execution, and all that? Remember, my opinion with any ICT concepts and my concepts, graphics concepts, anyone who's doing this for a living, doesn't mean that is the way you have to trade and that is the only way to trade to make money. It just means that this is how our brains are processing what price action is doing in this moment of time. So don't get so bogged down and say, oh, that is an ICT concept. Oh, that is this. Because the more you do that, you get into your head, then you're like, oh, wait a minute, have I done that properly? Is that actually a buy side liquidity? Because I saw Michael do something else. Should it be there? Should it be there? And when you get into that doubt and you start doing things like that, you're not trading your own systems and your own way of trading. You're actually trading Michael's system, who might work for him, but it might not work for you. So let's have a look what we got in case we What time we're looking at? We're coming to the close now. We're looking at starting to look at the closure of let's close this stuff of the London sessions. New York's around 10 o'clock. So in the next 2 hours now might find something interesting. As of this morning in the Asian range, I didn't find something that I wanted to trade. But let's just have a quick peek look on the currencies before we continue our analysis. Let's go on the 15. USD CAD, we're broken below Euro. Euro is screaming upwards. Same as pound. USD Swissy. This might be something to look at. We might look at the Swissy. Aussie dollar, I will explain why. Aussie dollar, we've got rejection. Let's have a look at the Aussie as well. New Zealand, yeah, we missed the boat on that one. If you've seen the other previous videos from Monday, Tuesday, you would see that we took these trades really well. Took this trade, but then we had that big announcement for the tariff, so my actual move has moved too fast, so it's left me behind. And that's fine. So now going long from here doesn't make a lot of sense for me in this moment of time. And last week, the JPY is looking very nice. Very, very nice. But it is the USD JPY. It's a tough one. It is looking very good though. It is looking very good. We have literally filled the whole expansion candle from the 9th of April. So yesterday. So that is the push, and it's coming back down. Now, if we keep on pushing, might be interested in there. I have my brokerage account open, ready to put some orders in if we need to. Let's have a look. Have I got USD JPY? I do like this. Let's have a look. Let's refine our analysis a little bit. Let's look. I'm gonna bring my dashboard up. Don't freak out, guys. If I'm gonna trade live, I need to look at my dashboards. If you don't understand stuff, it's okay. Stick around and you'll understand more of it. Where is it? There it is. Right, let's look at refresh. There we go. Let's take non-commercials out. This is the COD report, but I've just loaded the data in the background, so it just gives me an area, a bit similar to what I show you on the trading view. It just gives me a bit of flexibility if I just want to see leveraged funds or any specific area of the COD report. It's a bit slow sometimes. JPY, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, we had, yeah, I forgot about this one. This is a spike. It's the highest long positions since 2024. We had 45,000 long positions, 48,000 long positions here. So let's look at this. The 26th of March, 2024. Just to have a look at JPY. 26th of March. I don't want to miss the move. Let's have a look. 26th of March. I'm actually going to put it in. I am going to put it in. So I'm going to go long here. Looking for 10 pips. Just the stop is just out of the way. Probably going to reposition this. We're looking for... Let's see how quick this is going to move. And I will give you the analysis in a bit, guys. I just wanted to, just to get involved in this. I don't understand JPY pairs at all. I buy it, goes down. I sell it, it goes up. Yeah, it's a tough one. JPY is a tough one. Even myself, I'm not always willing to trade it unless there's something that gives like a clear little opportunity there. Let me just check that this is what we want to hold. So we're looking at weakening of JPY and strengthening of USD. The reason is because we're anticipating that let me see. We're anticipating that the JPY is stretched. That is the reason why we're taking this trade. Let's have a look. So that's 0.5 of a lot. So that every move, every 10 pips, that would give us $50. I have hit my target for the week of 50 pips. We're about, there we go, 40, 50, there we go, we'll take that, 10 pips, done, boom. Now you close your computer and go and live life. That's trading, guys. Now we can spend an hour analyzing that trade. And the reason you don't hold it is because that's your target. If you're looking for 10 pips, you're looking for 10 pips. If I go now, if I stay here for 2 hours and try and find another position, or this reverses, people will say, well, that was too risky, that was too that was too that. No, I will explain you why we took that trade. Jan is still in town. Wow, I thought he had stopped trading. No, never stopped trading. Just personal reasons in the background, had to stop live trading. But that is all kind of cleared up. I'm not sure how much I will be doing. I have some good news that's happening in our family. We're having another baby. So yeah, 2. That's going to be intense. So get the lives in now, whilst we can. So why do we take this trade for 50 bit? Look at this. That's why you get out. You get in, get out, and you move on. So let's have a look at the analysis of the JPY. What are we looking for? Or first of all, let's give you a little bit of an update on what is the COD report, why am I using it, and why am I looking at JPY? Right, this is a free version, guys. This is insane that someone, I believe is he from Switzerland? I might have killed that. I don't know where he's from, but we thank this guy because this marketballs.com is a free tool. No kidding, is a free tool for someone who wants to do the COD report, and it's actually what I've created in one dashboard. You get it for free. It's pretty cool. Right. If you go into normal COD reports, they're ridiculously ugly. They're so ugly to analyze. Let's go here. Look at that. You can't understand anything from that. How are you going to derive any meaning from that? So it doesn't make sense to use that unless you're going to scrape the data, which is what I've done. and then you throw it onto a data visualization tool where you can make sense of it. Because humans understand visuals but don't understand numbers. Even this dashboard here, I look at it but I don't derive any meaning from it because I'm not a computer. So this is pretty cool. You can go to any asset you're trading and you can look at why. Let's look at the Japanese yen. Japanese yen is actually, if you look at the traditional way of what Larry Williams used to say about the COD report, he follows the commercials. Now, what is the commercials? Commercial, and by the way, when we talk about the COD report, just let's do a 101, or what is CFTC, right? This is what we're talking about. Every Tuesday, anyone who's trading above, I think it's 2 million contracts or something like that, they have to report their positions. They've done that since, it's quite early stage that they did that. And now we are lucky to actually see what positions are holding, like Goldman Sachs, all these guys that are actually moving the markets. They are showing you what positions they're holding. And why would you not want to know that information going into your week when you're creating bias? So very simply, you can go on to commitment of traders. And that is a commitment that the traders have to do. They have to go and look at these reports. Now, you have multiple reports you can look at, but the most commonly used is the legacy reports, which is a summary of what's happening, right? So let's go types of report, legacy. The legacy reports are broken down by exchange. These reports have a futures only report, so we're always looking at future contracts and blah de blah de blah de blah. I'm not going to bore you with that, but let's go to the Chicago Board of Trade, long format and short format. For instance, if you look at the short format, that is it. How nice is this? This is the same information with this, but look at this and the functionality of it, right? Compared to this. So go now and mark this website. If you're going to be watching me, you're going to need that because we're going to be looking at this a lot. And what you see here is two areas and non-reportables, right? So then you've got the totals. So under non-commercials, we'll talk about what that is. And then next we have commercials. This is Larry Williams' best. You know how he's done when he did the championships and he was like 14,000%. He claims that this is how it was a trade, a commodity trade done following the commercials. The commercials, and if you go, here we go, easy. COD report, and you should do in this practice. Who are the commercials? Just like that, 1 second, it will give you a detailed analysis of who commercials are, right? So commercials, they are entities such as producers, processors, or merchants who use futures markets to hedge against price risk related to the business activities. What does that mean? If I'm a commercial and I'm buying wheat or I'm buying product, I'm buying, let's say now with what's going on with the tariffs, let's say I am buying Japanese sake, right? And I'm buying tons and tons of sake. With the currency exchange, if the Japanese yen is high, then obviously how much sake I can afford, and I'm paying in dollars, obviously I'm going to get more sake coming in because that is going to be more expensive. So what I can do with futures, in the futures market, you trade the future price of the Japanese yen. So you can say, if you're up here, and I'm being a commercial now, right? So I'm buying actual products. I can say that what happens if the yen drops down to this, 68? I will be able to buy a lot more sake. So when that happens, I want to hedge my position and buy a lot of product. But if the price goes up here and it starts going up, what I can start doing is buying more areas as it's going up to hedge in case that price goes too high and then I can't afford to buy a lot of sake. Now, I hope that makes sense. To give me a thumbs up if that makes sense, or I'm confusing you. This is really important stuff. That if you understand it, you can have massive improvements in your trading. Yes, we're going to talk about technicals and all the stuff, but it's taken me, how long have I been trading now? It's taken me a lot of years to get to a level where I now understand the process. And if you understand what you're doing and you can base it on facts and you can base it on previous data, you have the confidence to trade. Now I don't feel risk when I'm trading. Yes, there's always risk when you're trading, but I don't feel scared when I'm trading. If you are feeling scared, that means two things. You're either not confident in your ability, you're not clear on how you're trading, on what you should be trading and why you should be trading it, so your strategy. And that is causing you to have you're thinking about everything when you're taking trades and bad trades. I'm sure out of the people in here, a lot of you are in that place where you win a lot of trades and you get happy, but you're like, I'm not sure exactly what happened. Maybe was that luck? Was that my skill? And that's a horrible place to be in, because then when you have to take the next trade, you can't use that experience as a confidence factual booster for your way of your behavior of trading. What is the website name? Is Market Bulls, market-bulls.com. And this one, if you're looking at the original, is cftc.gov. I'm going to save you some time there. Don't go there. Just go directly to that website. It will be better. Unless you're going to code yourself and put it in a data visualization tool. In case you're interested to the process of raw data of COD reports that Yanis does. I'm not sure if Daddy has finished that sentence, but yeah. So that's commercials, right? The reason I don't follow commercials. So I'm not following Larry Williams. Sorry, Larry Williams. I know you're an amazing trader. But to me, that I'm looking for the now, literally now, daily trades, hourly trades, 4-hour trades. It doesn't make sense for me to analyze what's going to happen in the next. Yes, this looks like the Japanese yen will be selling off. But as that is happening, there's multiple opportunities that this is going to change the behavior and give us opportunities to be long on this, which would mean being short on USD JPY, the pair. And if you go down here, it will give you a little bit of a who are the leverage funds, so on, and who are the commercials. It should do here. Let me see. It says it here. Commercials, large spec, small spec, leverage funds. Okay, they've broken it down. This is such a good website. Like, you don't need my dashboard. You literally need this and you're good. Net positions. Right, let's go back to ChatGPT for a second. Now, we talked about what commercials are. What are large speculators? Large speculators are anyone who are actively trading the currency to make profit. So that's hedge funds, asset managers, any banks, or anyone who's like physically saying, right, this is going to go up, this is going to go down. They're speculating the price of the currencies, of the future currencies. These are the speculators. These are the guys that make the most money, right? Because they are finding the tops, they are finding the bottoms, they are finding the trends. These are the guys that we want to be following. And then obviously you've got the small speculators, which we just need to ignore. It's all retail people who are doing They're still big people. They're quite big retails, but there are people that are not doing it professionally. So those are the areas. So out of this, guys, I'm not following commercials for the reasons I've said, because I'm not swing trading this for like multiple months. I'm doing large speculators, but specifically I look at something inside the large speculators, and I think that's something unique that I do. I don't know if other people do this, but this is, from my analysis, this is what works best. So when you click on one of these, you will see that the speculators are broken down into dealer intermediary, asset managers, leverage funds, other reportables and non-reportables. That's it. Let me just go to let's do on ChatGPT, and your best friend. You should be able to answer any question on this. So let's ask it. The non-commercials report, who does it involve? Just like that. Hedge funds, number one. Investment firms, commodity trading advisors, CTAs. These are professional people that are trying to analyze the markets, and other speculative entities. This, guys, is what we need to be focusing on. This is where the money is. This is how you make big money. You follow these guys, analyze these guys. Sometimes you follow them. Sometimes you realize that they are a bit exposed, and you trade the other side. There, the secret is out. So that is how we're currently, just a little bit of a summary of what that COG report is. Now let's go on to look at this dashboard. Now you know, so what we're seeing, we're looking at the commercials here. But if you're just joining the stream, guys, go back maybe 5 minutes just so you can catch up on the lingo and what we're looking at. But obviously you've got the commercials, large speculators. So what does this report show you? On the top here, you'll see that on the 4th of the 4th, 2025, which is, when is that? That was Friday. We get this report released of the data of Tuesday close, which is on the 1st of the 4th, on a Tuesday. So when you look at this, you will look at large speculators. Like we said, we're not going to focus on the other stuff. And you can see how the change, what are they changing? Are they increasing long positions? Are they decreasing short positions? Right? So you can see here, Japanese yen. We've got a change of 4,694. Now I'm going to tell you why I made my own dashboard. This is the reason why I made it. What about Australian dollar? Decrease of 3,496 positions. So we're looking at that in shorts. Now, obviously we can look at the net commercials, net speculators as well. That will be interesting. Open interest, that's the last one we haven't talked about, is how that includes everything. Shorts, how much interest is there in buying and selling the future? So you might be thinking like, Yanis, this is so complicated. Why are we doing all this? Like, just show me a fair value gap and I'll take it. Just stick with me. We're going to get there. So we look at the large speculators, but as you see, the numbers are not very clear, right? You can't understand much from these numbers. So you could click on this and it will give you a graph of what's happening. Now, if we take away the commercials, I should be able to do it on this. I thought you were able to do it. Maybe not. I'm sure you could. Maybe you can do it on Chrome or something. But you could take everything out and just look at the green line, the speculators. You can see that we're increasing positions historically all the way to the top here. And now we're seeing a little bit of a decrease there. And even at this this graph representation, you don't have enough data. Like, okay, the decreasing in position, what does that even mean? That's when I created my dashboard, because I can now look at the last 5 years and see, okay, they increased positions, but when have they done that in the past, and how has that impacted the market? It's a cheat to trading. And you can see here, we can have this area here, 1, you can have this area here, 2, and you can have this area, 3, that are interested. What I've also done is I've added a standard deviation zone. So that gives me, when they're outside of the norm, right? Basic algebra, a standard deviation, you're looking at 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviations is even more. How many standard deviations are we away from what is normal for this group of data? And you can see in the last 5 years, anything above this level here is, which is anything above 40,000 contracts long, is outside the standard deviation. Something is happening, and we want to know what. Same on the short side. We can see that happening in the short side. And this area here, for instance, from 27th of February until 9th of July, something's happening to the JPY. It's massive, because the norm is down here, right? So we're outside of the norm. We want to know what's going on. So that all said, even with that dashboard though, I was like, I want to see it on the chart, man. I want to be able to trade this and look at the historical data and analyze it. So I've created these top indicators now, which this is leveraged funds. Obviously, you would look at this on a weekly basis to make sense. And that is the same representation that we were looking at, but now I've got it on TradingView. And you can see here, when they were heavily above the standard deviation and heavily holding shorts, what happened to the market? Boom, heavy shorts, increase in price. Okay, let's have a look at another area of standard deviation increase. Boom, push to the upside. Other area increase, boom, up. This one, we missed this one, boom, up. And these are not small moves, guys. These are big moves. These are 5% moves. The smallest move is 5%. The biggest move is 15.27%. Now, the only thing that we haven't talked about with the JPY is that this is massive. This is like 3 standard deviations away. So this is unprecedented territory, right? We're seeing that. It hasn't happened in the past. This, however, has. Look at these shorts, that massive increase. Look at these shorts. Now, what this increase here? We're starting to decrease in shorts. So this is a little bit of a funny area. However, that's where repositioning and technical and how is something that we have to look at to derive meaning. I'm just seeing a chat now, Ryan. So why change to this from ICT when you had all green days already though? Good question. Simple. My drawdown now is nothing. My biggest drawdowns now are 0.5% to 1%. With ICT, I used to get in big drawdowns. Like, you know, the biggest one that I had to close, the $22,000. But looking just at a fair value gap, we're talking about, it's still a technical level of analysis. And yes, it can work, but it's so stressful. Like the difference in my stress levels in being able to analyze properly a chart from a fundamental perspective, and then bring the technical knowledge into it, there's nothing stopping you from, let's say, up to this point, we talk about bias, right? We decide that we want to short this. Then you can go onto your daily and say, right, now I'm going to switch everything off and do my ICT concepts. I'm going to bring turtle soups. You can do everything here. Previous daily high, previous daily low. If that breaks the high, then I want to short. Do you see the difference though? If I just don't have that bias and I come in blind and say, right, I'm just going to short this because it's broken the daily bias and it's at a level, we've got two levels of understanding there and they're both technical. That is not incorporating what's actually happening behind the scenes and the reasoning of why people are moving the markets. And that is the extra detail that you have to go. And yes, like is it easy to, when you've done it, when you've done the work and you've read through it and you've spent hours and hours to understand the COD reports and so on, it becomes easy. But nothing is easy. Even understanding ICT concepts is not easy because you have to sit through all those mentorships, 2022 mentorship and so on, to get it nailed. And even then, it's extremely hard to be a profitable trader just trading ICT concepts. Does it work? Have I proven it works? Yes, it does work, but with big drawdowns. And you've seen the drawdowns because I used to trade them live. So it was very often that we would get into $2.5 grand, $4.5 grand before we made the $500, $600. So when you get older and you have kids and you're thinking about the longevity of this and how you can become a trader until until forever, you can trade forever, and as long as your hands, eyes, and brains are working, you can trade forever. You want to be on the side where things are working, but they're less stressful. If you can do that, you're winning. And funny enough, is with everything. It's the same with paddle. The more stressed you are, the more stiff you are, the less you can play. Your performance dips massively. The more relaxed you are, the more calm you are, the better you perform. And in sport and in trading, most in trading we know why, because it's quite a stressful environment. So that's that. So we looked at that. So you can see that the JPY, for instance, is showing indications. And this on the bottom here, I've got the futures, right? So this is just the future. This is just yen, nothing to do with the USD JPY. So if we are looking for this to short, let's say I want to short this, ideally short this from here, from a level. What does that mean for the USD? Let's say I want to short this, but on the other side, on the main currency, I've got a USD. So on the main currency, I want that to be strong. So I want a USD being strong. And I can go on a DXY. I want that to bounce off that level, right? So it can come back down here, finds that level, and then pushes up. Strong USD, weak JPY, and we've got a winner. And that's how you can start looking at a daily. Now, let's say you look at this and you don't want to wait for another push, like I traded now. I don't want to wait for 1%. That might be in, I don't know, an hour, but it might be in 5 days. I don't want to be waiting for 1%. As long as you understand that you're going to short this now for a tiny piece of that, 10 pips is nothing, you can trade it, and then you start planning your trades and your repositioning And if you're new to repositioning, it's the pound average approach that I trade with. I call it repositioning because it has multiple ways to deal with a trade. I've gone to a black background now. I need to change these to white. Not that one. They're all black. All right, let's do this. There it is. So you can say that I'm going to short this now, but I want to be able to pound average up against to this level, right? So I'm going from this level to that level. There you go. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions in there, and then you have multiple ways of protecting that trade. What are the ways? We talk about bouncing, we talk about closing, and we talk about risk mitigation. All these are in the Vanguard. Obviously, the Vanguard is closed now to the public. There's about, I don't know, must be like 50 videos in there explaining repositioning and so on. There is also a masterclass, guys. And if you do want to, if you haven't seen the masterclass on repositioning, just put something in the comment and I'll see if I can get it to you. It's free. It's basically me breaking down how I do my entries and trades and repositioning. So that might be useful for you guys. And let's have a look here. So yeah, so that is the idea, that it doesn't mean that I have to wait for a level to trade it. I like the idea. I have a concept of an idea of why I want to short this. And then I build my idea to protect it against a level rather than waiting for it to be at the extreme. Because what happens sometimes, you might be waiting for months. It gets to this point, and then you're like, oh my God, this is like, I'm going to throw the sink at it because it's like gone to a level and it looks the perfect setup. That is here. The DXY now is like perfectly aligned with it. It's looking amazing. I want to short this or long the USD JPY. And then suddenly the market just does that because good old Trump announces that he's changing something with the tariffs. That's why we're not going to be so picky that we're going to lose the opportunities, but we need to be picky enough to make sure that we're on the right side of what potentially the big people are doing. I'm just going to pause there for a second. Let me know, guys, what you're trading. If you have any questions on this, I know it's a lot. We can analyze anything, can do ICT concepts. I'm here now, especially that especially now that the trade is over. If you're just joining, we took a 10 pip trade on the USD JPY. You can see why that would work. Even here, let's say the price bounced down. How many pips is that? Let's have a look. That one there is, that's not 80 pips. That's 5 pips, 10 pips. So that's another 10 pips to say. That would have been a rebounce. That would have been giving us about $100 on this trade. And as you can see, that's why you don't stay in the markets for long. You want to be in and out. You can see here, getting into this. Where is the drawing? God, MT5. Prehistoric. There it is. Rectangle. Area of interest, right? So liquidity being dragged now. You can see that. the truth is about lives as well, right? The real trading is quite boring because in an ideal scenario, you don't want to be trading for hours. You want to be trading for a few minutes and you're out and done. Whereas if you're live trading, that's why you see so many content creators. They're like, now we're going to take this and that. And I used to trade like that. So it was easy for me to show you guys the high intensity of like 1 minute candles and how it's breaking. And then you take this, but the risk is so high. Arish, is this your main account? No, this is a bootcamp account. It's on the level 3 stage. So I need to return about, what is it on? It's nearly $400 up. And this needs to return $4,000, I think, before this one gets funded. And this is the one that I started with the pass method, guys. So could I conclude that you are much better in determining bottom and tops of a certain asset using COD than not need for that relatively wide stop loss, right? Well, better question is, what is the role of the stop? Because the stop is there to protect the account. So if your question is, can I use the COD and then do tighter stops? You could, yes. But my question is like, if your stop is too close and you don't know how to manage the trade, what are you worried about? Benedek, can you use this COD report similarly to how Scruffy uses his sheet to determine currency strength? Yeah, from my understanding is Scruffy's sheet is based on ATRs plus MACD, a combination of that to look at historical data to give you a bias for the day. My bias stands for the week because I don't want to be against the big money. I remember the time you started this channel, bro. It's been a long time. It has been a long time. Hope you still don't use the big stop losses. Stop losses, funny enough, Mike, is I don't see the stop like a stop is there to protect your account. So if you're needing a tight stop, that is telling me that you are very highly, not you, I'm talking in general now, that you're very highly leveraged and you're probably trading numbers that you shouldn't be trading. If you need to put a stop 5 pips, 50 pips or whatever, or close to your trade. Now the stop is there to tell you, right, I'm wrong, I need to get out. So that's why you see me having those big stop losses, is because I put them there and it's because it's a requirement for the account to be in there. You should be trading, so for a 75,000 account, a 0.5 lot is nothing. It's like, it would have to do, I don't know, I would have to do 10 ATR for it to be like, all right, I need to start thinking about closing this. And that's how I see the stop. The stop is literally a method for you to be able to first of all go with the rules with what you're doing, but secondly, make sure you're not doing something silly so you don't blow up your accounts. Is it being copied to your other accounts, Arish? No, so this bootcamp I trade it by itself. I have all my other accounts, I trade them during the Asian range. I don't mix this with the other ones, but they're very similar trades. Most of the time it will be the same trade, but it will be an aftermath. So I get like a better price even. Let's say I want to trade these on my main accounts, then this comes lower, then I've got a discounted price. So it gives it even more of an edge. But you could copy them. I could copy these. And also with the rules of the prop firm, you don't want to be copying too many accounts, because imagine like you get all your prop firms and then suddenly you're like, actually we've seen you copying these trades and we think you're doing something illegal, so we're going to take your account away. So that's not something you want to be hearing if you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. Are you still living in Bali? Yes, we are. We are in Bali. Yeah, so please hit me up with any, guys, make sure those likes are going through as well, and let me know if there's any other questions that I can help you out with. Not necessarily, remember that I have experience with ICT concepts, experience with multiple ways of trading. So if there's something that you, and by the way, just because I'm currently trading my bias through the COD report doesn't mean that that is the way to trade. I'm saying that because it sounds obvious, but a lot of people feel like, oh my God, here's another guy pushing his methodology. No, like if something is working and it's giving you money in a safer manner, do whatever it is. Like flip a coin. If flipping a coin is working for you and it's working successfully in the long run, just do it. There's no one way of trading. Like there's so many ways of trading. Right, let's go through the currencies one sec. And I'll give you an example of why I didn't trade the other currencies. Do you trade 10 pips? Yeah, that is my main goal, 10 pips. I find that it's easy, it's quick. With bigger accounts, you can make $500 on it in an easy manner without not a lot of risk. So yeah, it's I would say a 10 pip. If you think about it, right, something that's moving 100 pips, you're not going to get 100 pip of the move. So if you get 1/10 of that move, that's saying that you're quite a realist of what you can extract from the big boys. If you go in and say, right, I'm going to get 40, 50 pips, and you're starting to say, hold on, I'm going to get half of your daily ATR of your move, I think that's quite a big ask. A big ask. Is it possible? Yeah, I've done 200, 300 pips on this, and you remember these, they're all on YouTube. But like we said, the risk and the stress goes up as you do that, and the success rate decreases. You once cheered when you got to 1,000 subs. Oh my God, yeah. I don't know, let me have a look. When was the last time? When was my first video? I think I put this on YouTube, on Instagram. All right, let's go videos. Let's do this. First video. Oldest video. Look at this. 2 years ago. Oh my God. This is when I create, this is how naive I was, right? You can't see my face there because it's on the other side, but look, I'll give you, I won't spare you. You're going to have to see this. Look at this. I was doing I created this, I thought it was so cool. I created this, oh, this was the intro, yeah. It was a different logo as well. It was a pretty cool logo. Look at this logo. That was sick. But yeah, the idea was that if I was a day trader on Forex, what would I want to have? And it's pretty much the economic calendar, Forex heat maps, technicals. It was pretty neat, but it's so pointless because you could just have all that on TradingView. But I like my effort to do things differently. That was pretty cool. 2 years ago. That was. And you can see here, this is when we started ICT Concepts. 2000. Yeah, these videos are the videos of the classic ICT 2022 mentorship. And I used to break them down. If you remember these. Daily ranges, previous daily high. I had the sessions in of the silver bullets, and it works. It works most of the time, but I kid you not, it's very stressful. It's very stressful. I used to only trade the pound. Look at this, pound, DXY, UK, and gold. And these two I didn't even touch. They were just there to have a look. And we had all the areas that we were trading with, and I would explain how we take the low. Let's see. Continuations, fair value gaps, comes back to fill. Good old times. Made quite decent money on these trades. You have to go through this. You have to go when you're trading. You have to go through what is going to make you a sustainable trader for the rest of your life. Trading to the DAX. God, look at this. This is when the I think this is silver bullet trades. On average, on this period, that was the 10K month, if you remember that. 10K month. ICT commenting on the video, that was pretty cool. Going back on reminiscing here. That was my first ever $10,000 month. That was pretty fun. It was fun because it was all online. Wait, I need to see you guys. I've got no... Let's go back to the stream. Mike says, every time I came at the start of the London session, I would come here to see if I'm doing something wrong. You have 250K account right now. What's the lot size? So I have multiple accounts. The way I calculate the lot size is down to my performance and what the account can take. So let's say on a small account, 75,000 account, I generally don't want to trade more than half a lot per position, because if you think about it, you get 4 trades, that's already 2 lots. So we're looking at $200 there for 10 pips. As we are getting, if we're getting to 10 then, and imagine if you've got a lot on that, we're talking about $1,000. That's a lot. So depending on your size, I would go on the safe side. What's the worst thing that can happen is you get a little bit, well, the worst case will be that you're getting less profit, but you're actually seeing if that lot is something that size is something that you can work with, or is it too much? Is it too big for the account? Don't do things that are going to stress the account straight on the get-go, because why would you? When you want to become a trader for life, even if it takes you 6 months to do a challenge, even if it takes you a year to do a challenge, you've done it, then you've got your account. So what are we stressing about? Maria, hello Maria. Thodoris, kalispera. You are one of the traders who haven't changed the bigger lot size. Yeah, I think the most I've done is one lot. It's very. What's hard about lot size is you have to understand that when you're making money from this, it seems easy, but it's not. It really isn't. It's not easy. It seems easy. So suddenly you think, oh, I'm going to put another lot on there. I'm going to trade with 2 lots, 3 lots, 4 lots. That's going to be so much more money than $500. I can make $5,000. And then I've just seen the message that I trade like 5 lots on a 25K prop account, and next week it's history. Well, Mike, let's talk about that. 5 lots is enormous on a 25K prop, because on a 25K account you can only lose, if I can remember, I think it's $1,200 before they take your account away. So if you're trading 5 lots, that's $50 per pip. That is huge. Do 100 pips, that's it's $5,000. It's crazy. I'm not saying that directly to you. I'm just looking at the numbers. The way you treat the account, and we've talked about this in previous videos, is you look at the drawdown. Here we go. Let's go on to Fibers. By the way, if you're not on the Fibers and you want a discount, look in the description. I've managed to get a little bit more discount than the others, I think. They were quite kind to me. Not this one, wait. Let's go on funding programs. Let's go on bootcamp. 25K starts, you need to make 6%. You can't lose. Give me a second. Where were we? Okay, so yeah, 25K, you profit target is 6%, and you can't lose 5%. So you can't lose $1,250 out of this account. That is your account, $1,200. So if you divide that account into, let's say, you do the challenge in 100 trades, we're looking at a total of $12.5. Yeah, obviously, 100 times that would give you that. So then you can start scaling it and say, wait, that is too long. I want to do it in 2 times, kind of thing. So then you're looking at making $25. How easy can you make $25 on an account? Oh, we're seeing a breakdown here. One sec. Use dollar. There we go. Dollar has hit the level. DXY holding below. This is a daily. Let's see on the 15-minute. Breaking strong. What happened there? Must be some news. What's it called? keep that open in the background. US Treasuries rebound, even the tariff. Yeah. So yeah, if you're trying to make $25 on a prop account, the easiest way to do it is maximum $5 per pip. That means that you can get $25 quite easily. So you would need 5 pips for making a $25 bet, and you're doing 50 trades and you've passed challenge 1. That's how you need to think. The losses come in like they were waiting for me. By the way, are you still on DarwinX? No, I'm not trading DarwinX. I started trading DarwinX with I was copying the trades in, and for multiple reasons. One, I was trading indices on it because I want to trade interactive brokers, and I had a chat with them, and you can actually put your main account on there, but they weren't allowing for futures to be traded, certain futures to be traded. So I called the interactive brokers, and they were like, well, it is a DarwinX account via interactive brokers, but if you do want to have access to everything, you already have the account. Why don't you just convert into a regular interactive broker, and then you can access any assets you want. There's no restrictions via the DarwinX platform. So that's what I did. So I moved to interactive brokers directly. Obviously, you lose the leaderboard and people being able to invest in you, but it's not something that I'm looking to do. But I do like DarwinX. Like, if you think about it, it's amazing. Like, if you can trade and slowly build your track record, it's really good. Sorry, I was using FDMO because where I live, Fiverr is not there yet. Yeah, similar thing. So with FDMO, always look at the drawdown. Drawdown is your account. Right, let's look at what's going on in the stocks. I am holding, going away from going away from the currencies for a second, just to look at the couple of the stocks. This is 8 hours. I can't do 8 hours. Dailies, okay. Nvidia. I am holding Nvidia. I have got in at about... I'm holding for 120. And Nvidia had a big ass kick during the DeepSeek palaver. So we can see here. Just dragging down. Let's do that. I've never done this actually. Let's have a look at levels. Oh, I'm holding a level, look. So much experience with currencies, but when it comes to this, just buy and hold. God, there's nothing there, is there? It's like a free fall. We're down in the free fall. $108. It did go up all the way to 115s. Now it's starting. Realization is kicking in again. What's this? Notable rise in stock price, currently at 112, reflecting an increase of 16%. making the largest percent increase since May 25. Yeah, we saw that. Let's come on the 4 hour. 117s will be the interesting one. If we break above 17s, then I can see it going higher. Selfishly, just looking at Nvidia at a moment because I'm holding Nvidia. But yeah, I think that is. Let's look at. I want to do this. I want to look at. Yeah, I mean, Trump is the market right now. Anything that he says, he farts and it moves. Look at where it stopped though, huh? Below this liquidity grab. Came back to this level here. Let's put that level back on. Where is that? Yeah, you don't see it on the monthlies. You see it on the weeklies though. That's why stocks probably need a few more horizontals. Ba 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 ba. Hey, look at this. Another paddle buddy coming in. How you, big man? Yeah, so if you were looking at levels in terms of sort of scruffy levels, this will be how you would look at it. And then daily is interesting because looking at stocks from a level perspective, it will still represent it. It will still respect it the same way that it would for currency. So that's the way I look at it. So yeah, at the moment, the interest is around 104s and 117s. That's the story. Are we going to hold above that and push higher? But obviously, that's just technically when you start looking at what's going. Oh, NZD is pushing. Here we go. Obviously, the tariffs. Do a bandeja, please. I know you. You're gonna take a picture and then it's gonna go viral. The trader that did a bandeja live. But this is what I saw for the Kiwi this week. We did have the push higher. Well, this was. If you were holding, you did get a little bit nervous around this push down. Because we dropped that was after the announcement. We did a 6% drop, but still looking at the COD report and looking at the bias, similar way that we looked at the New Zealand. The reason I was long, look at the leverage funds. Leverage funds are 70% short. This aligns also with the commercials on the last 36 months and the 6 months. We're looking at heavily long positions. Everyone was net positive on the New Zealand dollar. Remember, this is the future. So if you, in this case, because the New Zealand dollar is ahead of the USD pair, you're actually seeing it as it looks, so going up. So that was our bias. Then we took the trades. If we look at the whole trades. Let's have a look at the pair. Beautiful push up. Beautiful. There you go. Here they are. So looking at the trades here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 repositions. That was a clean reposition. We talked about that in the other video. This was a super simple 10 pip close. This was a double reposition. So going back to the question of the drawdown with trading ICT concepts versus this, you can see that even if you get something wrong, the bounce back is not too bad. Even if you get this massive drawdown on a pair like this, you are able to manage it out of it. So that is, I didn't trade this literally because I missed the boat. After this push here, we're talking about 2%. It's now at 4% increase. It's almost like catching the tops now. You don't want to be that person who's going to catch the top and see the reversal, and then you're going to hold that trade for another week, wait for the COD reports coming on Friday, and maybe see a bad COD release, and then you're like, oh no, I have to hold this. So you don't want to be that person. That's why it's in and out. And by the way, guys, go and follow Trading Met Ivar. He's also a currency trader. I think he speaks a funny language though. Just kidding. He does. I think his account is not in English, so you might struggle. You just have to follow his charts. So that's that. The other one was interesting, was the Aussie USD. If we throw in the consist day trader indicators, I am in love with these. I spent so much time looking at these. This was another example. Now, something that we didn't talk about the COD was the difference on short holdings versus long holdings. And in some pairs, the long holdings above the standard deviation don't reflect that push that I like to see. But if you look at these, so this one here, you get the push up. This one here, you get the push up. Standard deviations here, you get the push up. Here, you get the push up. On the long side, it's not been a lot. There's been 2. You did get the push down and you did get the push down, but it's not always as clean as in short. It's like Trump been feeling anger for years of unprofitable trades. My feeling is that Trump has said, right guys, let's crash the market. We can get better price. And then we go and we fix the economy. USD JPY is currently, look at that push though. That was a nice push. That was a nice push. That was a very nice push. And on the 5-minute, if you look at the lower time frames, it's just hovering now. It's just consolidating. It's most likely going higher. But yeah, if you're currently looking at something that you want an opinion on, happy to give you my thoughts. Always happy to give you my thoughts on something. It can be anything. So we're currently Thursday, so we've got the release tomorrow. What I'm looking for tomorrow, I'm just waiting for it to take the yesterday's lows, and I am out. Are you trading Japanese yen, Mike? It can't be. Oh yeah, this one. So you're short on USD JPY. UJ is just magic. Love it. I mean, taking the lows would actually bring you back to the level here of 143. I could see that happening. There's a lot of sell-off pressure here, which does create opportunities for long. So it depends on what you are. If you're a continuation guy, or if you are a what am I thinking? What's the word? Reversal guy or continuation guy. JPY. Let's look at JPY. God, it's been a while. JPP. This is my favorite asset to trade. I know this asset inside out, but I haven't traded it for a very long time, because the reason is it hasn't given me an opportunity to get involved in it. And I'm just begging for the COD report to just give me some fake COD report so I can trade pound dollar again. Where is my chart? Oh, I closed it. Give me a sec. Right, pound. Whilst we do that, let's look at that pound dollar. Pound. Yeah, you see that mid-range. Quite reds on the speculatives. Quite heavy on the leveraged funds. But at this moment of time, this sums it up. 48%, 46% on the COD. Not that I followed the COD index, but that just gives you an understanding of where the pound dollar is. It's just mid-range at the moment. Doesn't give you any fundamentally. Technically, it's given us a lot. Look at this. This has been drawn ages ago. I haven't looked at this for a long time. Look how well I respected these levels. Boom. Right on these. These are Fibonacci levels. These are monthly levels, weekly levels. To the pip, most of them. Look at this here, respecting. Boom. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. We're doing this. We're doing this. We're looking at the pound. You know I'm going to be trading this, and I'm going to blame you, Tommy, for I'm going to be trading this tomorrow. I'm going to go back to my old fave. Good old pound dollar. All I remember is nothing's changed. Look at this. Boom. That is the story of pound dollar. Should we remind ourselves that scary moment where it went to 1 and we were thinking, oh my God, it's going to crash below now. What's happening to the pound? All right, let's get some levels. We've got that one. Not going to put many as well. Just a couple of levels in there. Let's make that bigger. We are currently sitting on a strong level. Let's look at that from a weekly perspective. Bam. Do-do-do-do. I haven't heard this playlist for a very long time. I literally only listen to it whilst we're live because otherwise it would get too boring. But it's got some bangers in there. For my vibes, right? Someone would say a banger. That's definitely not a banger. Right, this is literally all we need. This is all we need. Let's have a look at a few fibs. Good old fibs. Let's go white theme. Damn, that is the move, isn't it? I remember talking about this. I don't know if you remember. It's been a while. We were talking about, is it going to come back to 1-2s? Damn, look at that. We got close to it. And we had 3 bullish months, and now we're getting into that doji. Boom, 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 boom. I don't like that fib. It's gonna make it messy. That's all I need, really. All right, what we're seeing here. Story of price action here. Breaking level, holding above, breaking level, aggressive breaks above the 2.7s, aggressive break above the 128. Heavy brakes on. Hold on. This is 1-3 here. Let's push it back. Attempt to go higher. Boom. Crashes it back to 127s. And now it's the second attempt to 1-3s. So I wouldn't be surprised. How far is this? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this has been tap into that. That's what I would be looking at this moment of time. Let's have a look at some dailies. We're above though. They're massively above the dailies. Wait, didn't I have an indicator for that? God, so many indicators. What did I call it? I called it... Oh, what did I call it? I can't remember. ATR, was it this one? No. Oh, it's going to annoy me now. It's been that long. Okay, we'll do it manually. Look at that, massive. That's the daily high, previous daily high. This is the previous daily low. Big expansive candle above, breaking through the previous daily high. Filling this area of value. You see, Tim? You see, Tom, what you've done to me now? Now this is interesting. This one, let's put this one. 50% retracement already on this daily. This is what we call a premium level. So I would be looking for something like that. Push higher, boom, sell off. Technically speaking. This is not signals, guys. And remember, I'm not trading like this right now. But if I was doing my old style of trading, this is what I would be looking at. So this is the daily, obviously. So then I would go back to 15 minutes. That looks so ugly. Go away. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Boom, boom, boom. A little bit of a taking the highs, looking at a soup kind of scenario here, or what we used to call, what was the word? Judas move. What you want to see now is break below this, find the lows, come lower. But obviously that is pushing higher. If that pushes higher, we've got liquidity grab here. So if that pushes higher, then this is the safer option. This would be the safer option to take the trade lower. That is just looking at daily range, right? If you were looking at the daily range. But if you're looking at this on the long side, right, that was fair value gap. That was on a daily. That's a daily. That's really nice. I like that. Why do I like that? If you remember, this is a liquidity grab above here, which has been happening. This is all happening in that area. We've taken out the highs. Clean fair value gaps above, below this level. That is what I'll be looking at for sure. Today I was buying, waiting for that 1-3 fair value gap. Yeah, I can see that. You can argue that this is going to squeeze, fill these fair value gaps here on the 15-minute. Yeah, I can see that. But anything around here, I would be expecting a bounce back. Let's put that in there just to see what would happen. Remember, you would trade that just down to the previous daily low high. Because if you look at this, that's an aggressive push higher. Boom, rejected, push higher. That's when you get the stops taken out, and then potentially see that. Obviously, high end, when you look at this in this way, you would look at what would be your plan if that went wrong, right? So what would go wrong here? The worst case scenario would break this level aggressively, and where would it be going? It would be going to take the highs. That's your worst case scenario because you got buy side liquidity there. And the way it would get there, it would do the classic fill fair value gap, find the level back down. Into this fair value gap, find that level, come into liquidity. That's how price will, if it's moving up higher, this is the way it would move. Obviously we have news, right? So if news comes out and you're like, just see a massive, but in general, this is the, if there was will to take the pound higher, that's what you would be seeing. So if you know that, then what you do is just grab a repositioning tool, right? Let's say I'm going to short this, boom. I just want to maximize my risk up to that point. I'm going to apply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions and protect it that way. There you go. That's your pound dollar done. But that's interesting though. Let's see what the COD report says, because looking at this on a ICT concepts daily kind of thing, I'm looking at this as a short opportunity. But let's see what the COD report says. If anything, extreme low on holding shorts. So that is bullish. The COD is saying bullish, which is, it is. So with my trading now, I wouldn't be able to trade this short. But with my trading in the past, this would be a really nice Judah swing. Okay. I traded a new pound USD because of you. God, I'm sorry. Today I was buying, wait a minute. He made me love it. Oh God, I've made you all addicts of pound USD. USD KRW looks good for long-term trade. KRW? Damn. Okay, Maria, let's have a look at this. You've made me, I'm intrigued. Let's look at the futures. KRW. Uh, 6J, what would that be? That would be 6K. It's not even here. Let's just go with no, there it is. I need a dark theme for this Korean won futures from Maria. The way I look at the card, not quite clean. Probably a volume issue. What I mean is you can see short opportunities here, but then it gives you the short after the second bounce. Normally what you would see in a COD report is after the drop off you would see a nice clean drop off. It's a bit like this. It happened 2007, look at that. There, boom, clean drop. Yeah, almost like the profile of the Korean won is that you get a rebound of shorts and then you get delivery. Like here, you get the rebound and then delivery. So it's almost like you need to avoid getting trapped into shorting at this level here. Waiting for the second bounce and then shorting. 1, 2. Yeah, that's the profile. That is a clean profile. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically looking at short holdings and when they decrease them to see what happens. But it looks like you need to have another boost of shorts and that then delivers price. So you're saying, let's see what you're saying. You're saying mean long term. So you're saying looks good for a long term trade long. So you're saying weak Korean. Yeah, in my how I look at the COD, this is within the standard deviation. Yeah, I haven't got an opinion on that. Oh dear wax, why is crashing through that level? Wow. That must be flying. Pound is getting closer and closer. Can you make your indicator available for us? No. Is the answer is sorry. The only people that have access to the indicator is the guys from the pass method. They are currently using it. When they all pass, then potentially. This has taken so much development and research in the background. Okay, so time for a poll, guys. This is gonna be, since first of all, I just want to know, are these useful for you guys? Are these lives useful for you? Because they, you know, they take time away from my sleep. It's 11:30 here. If these are useful for you guys and they're worth doing, I'm happy to do a couple of these. If you are more interested in the concepts, ICT concepts, and trading that way, for me, I can do it and it's fun to do, but without the reality of trading, it's a little bit like, okay, you could make money like this, but it's a very dangerous way of making money. So why would I show you the very dangerous way of making money? That's my thought process there. But if, let me just get a poll up 1 sec. All right, I'm writing the poll up. Card report and real trades or ICT concepts. All right, let's see what comes up. All right, the poll is up. Would you like the lives to continue? And if so, which one? COD report and real trades or ICT concepts tape reading? And that would be equivalent to, I guess there's one more actually. I don't know if I can add it in. Let me see. I can't add it in. But let's say it was ICT concepts with a small account to grow it. See how fast we could grow that. We could put like 4,000 in it and see how big you can get it doing ICT concepts. So far, we've got 83% saying COD report and real trades. Wow, we've got actual traders in here. Now we filled that area that we were talking about earlier on the British pound. What we're saying, hopefully ICT bros don't spam that opinion option. I say that as a mostly ICT trader, but trying to also learn positioning. I would like to know more about that. COD from you, I guess both, but ICT is fun. We could do a small account. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know how many of you guys have kids or you trade full time. When you start trading full time, you wanna do something that gives you a lot of profitability in a safe manner. But at the same time, doing lives is also entertaining for you guys, and I get it. Like showing you, all right, I'm gonna trade now. There's my 10 pips. I did it. Is not the most exciting to watch, but it is the most useful to you since you're trying to become financial free and be a full-time trader. So maybe we'll do the live challenge. We'll do a challenge. So we'll put maybe $1,000 on an account and try and make it as big as possible using ICT concepts. That could be fun. But remember, it's not strict ICT concepts the way I trade. I always like make it my own. couple more indicators that I'm currently using. One is the seasonal trend, which is this one. I really like this. Scruffy way, bigger than ICT. We could do a scruffy way one. I guess you can go scruffy is the one to see a scruffy way. Yeah, so this is basically looking at the historical differences in change from month to month. So you can see here, April, 81% has closed positive. And if I'm not mistaken, we are in April. So that gives you another it gives you another, like, that is April is the only time, look at this, it's the only time that gives you an 81% percentage that this is going to close positive. So going back to trading for the day, why would go against the trend as well? Now May is a different story. It looks like it closes from month to month on a negative, so that could be already entertaining us with real boring trading, even though you may not think so. It is true. It's like trading is not that exciting, especially the actual trading accounts. What's amazing about trading is that you can finish quickly. Like, I'll give you an example. When was it? One of my friends said, "Do you know what? Should we go surfing after we drop off kids at school?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we go surfing, and as I come out, I turn on my phone and I see the trade. Where was it? I think I showed you the 10 pip trade on the Kiwi. And I'm like, I guess it's the perfect scenario. I've done all the analysis all week. It's coming into play. I just need to press buy. So I press buy, closes within 20 minutes. Gives me the 10 pip. And that was it. You're like, wow, like, I'm free for the day. But I want to go and watch the screens and watch the trades. So you have the other side there where you actually enjoy what you do. You enjoy watching the trades and trying to analyze markets, but you get to a level where the job is done and the hardest thing to do is close the laptop and forget about it until you need to do your next trade. It's also a little bit harder for me to do London Open because that is midday. That's actually my trading hours. And yeah, but maybe we'll call it on, we'll do some New York sessions. Right, someone said, let's look at, what did you say? I haven't forgotten you. You said NQ, what was it? NASDAQ and DAX. Let's have a look. We're looking at indices. We're going to jump on the good old yeah, it's changed name, isn't it? It's Jur. Whew, brutal. DAX is a killer, man. If there's one thing that moves like a crazy bullet, is the DAX. Look at that beast. By the way, since Trump's situation is happening, Europe has become a favored. The stock market in Europe has become the favored area to invest in for a lot of people. I guess because a little bit more regulation and no crazy things happening, and you have multiple countries that are affecting the European Union and so on. So, right, let's put a couple of levels in. Historic tops there. What is that? 22,548. Damn. There's nothing around. That's the top. What's interesting is that bull run here has fully reversed 100%. It's a beast of a move. Let's change to white. Look at that, 61.8. Scruffy loves the DAX. I'm sure he's trading this. That is beautiful though. I always remember the DAX did respect Fibonacci levels, like incredibly accurate. Just mark that golden zone there. It's crazy how naked I feel right now because I don't have my COD readings on this. Okay, we'll do it. Technical, just technical. Right, so basically what's happened here, we've had a big drop, 50% retracement, 61.8, so full recovery, and then is now pushed on to a weekly level. So what's missing from that analysis is, what is your bias? Are you long or short? How will you get that bias? So there's multiple ways to get bias. You can get it with I don't know, my way of taking bias, but let's say you're taking You're looking at the monthly, you're looking at the RSI, and you're looking at the, let's go daily. You can use daily RSI, for instance. If that is above 80 or is 20, then you're using that to inform your bias. You can use the MACD. Oh. That's a big drop though, isn't it? That that must be one of the most historic drops ever. What is that drop? $19.5, nearly 20% drop. Wow, that's a big one there as well. COVID. Are we looking similar levels to COVID? Let's see. No, COVID is the big one. 42% down. All right, so yeah, give me a second. I haven't seen this for a very long time. Just getting my hands around it. 24%. So what I'm looking here is to understand the behavior of the DAX. So when we're looking at the indices, you want to understand what are the general, when it's breaking down, what are the biggest drops that you can see? When have they happened? What style of drops have they had? Are they aggressive like this one? Boom. Like massive aggressive, 40%. Or are they slow, grindy drop-offs? This will give you a characteristic of what you're looking at. Obviously, this is news related, so that is an interesting one. Now we're getting in that indecision week. Now, if you're day trading this, I would find it very hard to say long or short in this situation, because you've had a massive. If we were not seeing this green candle, it would be an easy read. You would say, wait for the break above the level, and then trade it. Now you could argue that is the break above the level, and now it's coming into a level to push higher. You could argue that, and that would be an easy trade to manage, because you're managing from the level upwards, maybe from this level to this level, and you have 1-2 swing points where you can protect your trade from. And those swing points are quite far away. Wait. That's 100 pips, isn't it? So it's 100 pips away. No, it's 1,000 pips away. Sorry. So yeah, that would be. So in order to trade something that has 1,000 pips away, you have to decrease your lot size and do your. I think you're coming from a scruffy background, right? So you would do your scruffy madness on those levels, on those swing points, if you're on the short side. If you're on the long side, if you're on the short side, you've had a Fibonacci retracement that's fully recovered. So that's a tough one. That's a tough one to take short right now, even though everything is screaming short because of what's going on in the news. But technically, just technically, That's a tough one to take. I hope that's been helpful. Let's look at the NQ. Okay, here you have a lot more to play with. Like the DAX is crazy. Ultimate highs and then a 20% drop. It's big. That's the same drop. '26 as well. What was the retracement on that? We haven't had a close, so this is a little bit more straightforward. Depends on where this week closes. If it closes above the 23, then you have a nice run to that golden zone there. But you would want to see that close above the 23 to push higher. And that would push you nicely into that weekly level there. So that would be what I would be thinking on this for the top side. If it breaks below the 23, then you're talking about a free run below the lows. Because it would make sense that if we're not going to the golden zone, then you're looking to a push to the downside to this monthly level there. That's how I would think about it. So how do you trade this? You trade this, if you're trading upwards, you're using these levels for protection. If you're trading downwards, you're using that weekly level for protection. Yeah, that's that. All right, one last look on the JPY. It's given us 1 hour. It's coming higher again. Where's that? You see, if you don't take the 10 pips, then you have to manage it from down here. Still can manage it. You had that pull. You had multiple wicks there. You can manage it, but you still don't stay long in the markets. Just even if your what's the word? If your bias looks like you want to do something, and the market is going against it, it will give you opportunities if you're frugal and you're not looking for big swings. Because if you're looking for a big 50 swing here and that starts pushing down, then it becomes uncomfortable. Okay, right, I think we're going to call it there. It's 12:04 my time. And I will need to go to bed because my son is going to wake up in about 6 hours and I'm going to need to be full of energy for this. So I hope this has been useful, guys. I can see the COD report and Real Trader 76, ICT Concepts 24. So there are still some hardcore ICT holders in there that we would like to see that. I hope that's been useful. And have a good one, guys, and I will see you soon.
Run it, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn bad. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed and heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take